Alright, this is some wild fire ants in South Carolina. I'm going to be feeding them some honey. See what happens. I'll just put a nice big drop right there, wait for one of the workers to find it. None of the workers have found, and there's some right there. There's a few, if you can see, gathered around. That's one of their nest entrances. There's another one there. There's a couple nest entrances, and then there's yeah, right there it looks like the one of the major nest entrances. Lots of ants gathered right there. So far it looks like none of them have found the honey yet. See, there's my little blob of honey right there. It doesn't look like any of them have found it. So it's possible I might need to blob another little blob of honey closer to where their nest entrance is. There goes a I don't know what kind of bug that was. Looked like Camponotus worker. Okay, so now we got a bigger glob of honey nearby one of their nest entrances. See, you can see to the left of that glob of honey that there is a one of their major nest entrances right there. There's if I can look, I'm at a truck stop right now, so I don't know what relevance that has to this video, but if you can see, there now, see if I can find it since I zoomed in. There's the first glob of honey, there's the second one. There are several ants. Let's see if I can get in a more comfortable position here. There is the first glob. There's the second glob of honey. There are several ants now drinking from that second glob of honey. And if you didn't know this, most ants that are native to North America, except for like maybe in the southwest or tropical southwest desert and tropical parts of North America, those I'm strictly speaking of United States and Canada. Actually, most species actually do hibernate starting in usually around October to November. Fire ants do not hibernate. They are from a tropical area. They do slow down during the winter. I believe these are actually Solenopsis invicta, the most common fire ant species in the southeast United States. They are invasive. They're from South America. And they do slow down in areas where they exist, that it gets cold snaps and chilly weather. But generally, if it's warm, they'll stay active. Like if it was 40, oh, see, now you can see they're starting to form a trail. They're telling all the other ants about this amazing food source that they've found. They're just darting in and out of the nest. They're laying down pheromone trails. And let's see if we can find a, there it is. That's one of the other major nest entrances right there, and you can see there's several ants gathered there. There's a major worker. He's got the big head. He's probably about twice the size of as a minor worker, at least. Fire ants are polymorphic. They have the small majors and the small minors and the big majors. You can see there's a minor moving some dirt. I'm trying to follow this major, see where he might be headed to. I lost him. There he is. She, because all the workers are female. Also trying to make sure that none of them are finding me. So I'm just kind of sitting on the sidewalk here. And there's the fire ant hill, and there's me. So far they haven't noticed me. And again, there's several ants drinking from this honey. There's one. Let's see if we can't get a little bit better picture of them. There we go. See, they're just smelling these pheromones with their antenna. So there's more ants coming to drink up this honey. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I can see. Yeah. Drinking from that honey right now. And the camera's a little shaky. I'm kind of nervous. I'm waiting for them to like figure out that I'm here and just like start swarming me. That wouldn't be good. So there's the some ants drinking from that honey. Oh, here's our first glob of honey that we laid down. And you can see there's an ant drinking from it. Ants do have social stomachs, and the reason for that is so not all of the ants have to leave the nest to eat and to drink. They actually, some of the ants go out and they fill up their social stomach, and it acts as sort of like a lunchbox or a food container, and they bring it back to the nest and they feed their sisters through something called trophallaxis, which is like a mouth-to-mouth transfer of food from their social stomach. And that one is just gorging on it. gorging on that honey. There you go, you can see a little more detail now, what's going on. She's just drinking that honey. And she'll fill up her social stomach and she'll go back to the nest and feed her sisters. And there we can see the, where to go. Let's find the first glob again, if I can. I may have to, there we go. There's the first one, there's the second one. So yeah, you can see there's more and more. That ant wasn't there just a couple minutes ago. Solenopsis invicta, invasive or imported red fire ants. They're spread out throughout South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. Tennessee for sure. Oh, there goes a pavement ant, I believe. If I can find it. No. Oh well. It's tiny. Smaller than the fire ants. Those are Tetramorium. This is a pavement ant. Yeah, that one is just gorging on that honey. Filling up her social stomach. She'll go back to the nest, feed her sisters through trophallaxis. There's at least, yeah, you can see them, their little legs moving, antennas. I'm trying to get close without disturbing them completely. And look, that if I can find it again now. Oh my gosh. This is really uncomfortable right now. And this video will be ending shortly. Okay, yeah, so that drop, that was a very large drop of honey. It's over halfway gone now because they're just drinking it down. And there's the first drop. There's not as many ants that have visited that drop, so it's almost halfway gone. And you can see there's no ants drinking from that drop of honey right now. Oh, I gotta move. Wow. Okay, that's better. Now, if I can not get stung by all these fire ants, that'd be awesome. If I can find that drop of honey again, that'd be cool too. There it is. So you can see better. That ant is just completely gorging on that honey, filling up her social stomach. They haven't, I mean, look, there's the ant hill. Okay, there's my hand right there. So, and like within inches, they could just all come out and swarm me. I'd be done for. Well, I'd be in a lot of pain. Anyway, this is crazy. Okay, let's find. That's the whole anthill aerial view. Now, see if I just knock their walls down, they'd just all come swarming out. But I'm not gonna do that today. We're not bothering ants today. We're feeding them. Oh, and see, Okay, so if I zoom out, okay, that you get a little bit better view of what's going on. You can see some more details. I guess it's different because I'm not actually attacking them, so like I'm within inches of this anthill and they're doing nothing to me, like, at all. But I mean, if I was to stomp on their hill, they'd all come pouring out and just want to sting and bite me until I die. That would be their goal. It wouldn't happen, but I'm not allergic to fire ants. I want to get a little bit better picture there for you. There we go. Now you can see that. I mean, it's been maybe 15 minutes since I laid that second drop down, and it's just almost completely gone. Here comes another worker. No, didn't want the honey. This must be a small colony. So we almost expect them to just be swarming this honey right now. But they're drinking it up pretty good. That first drop over there is about halfway gone, but they don't seem to be interested in that very much. Fire ants do need sugary foods, obviously, but I think they might possibly be more interested in protein right now. Otherwise, I don't know. This was like a Camponotus, which is a carpenter ant. If this was Camponotus colony, and it was like September, October, and they were getting ready to hibernate, they would be all over this honey, so they could store up all that energy from the carbs for hibernation. But fire ants don't hibernate. And if it's warm out, the queen will continue to lay eggs, and they'll continue to consume protein sources. Obviously, they slow down during the winter when it's cold. Right now, it's almost about 70 degrees in South Carolina right now. And look at that, like, okay. There's a fire ant. There's my hand. There's the fire ant. There's my hand. Okay. They don't seem to be very interested in me at all. But if I was to step on their anthill, they would all come swarming out in the thousands. I mean, you see a few workers here, you know, there's probably a couple dozen workers around the anthill coming in and out of the nest entrances and all that jazz. But they're if I was to stomp on this anthill, you'd see thousands of them come pouring out. I'll be here all day, so if you got any requests, leave it in the comment section, and I will try to make it happen. If you want me to, I'm not obviously gonna stomp on this anthill, but I might be able to find a couple bugs around here and squish them up and feed them to them. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. So there's wildfire ants drinking the honey. They didn't go crazy over it like I thought they would, but it's almost completely gone now. So cheers.